Hey YouTube, TiffaniRhea's. I'm just chilling on my back porch today, admiring the beauty of nature. It's a beautiful day, but y'all, it's hot. It's hot for real. But yeah, I wanted to come to you guys to say hello, and also I wanted to do a video response to TiffaniRhea's Chuuch Hurt video. First of all, if you guys have not seen any of her vids, please encourage you to go check out her channel. She is an awesome spoken word artist. But yeah, I think a lot of us experience the very same thing in church. A lot of us have been so hurt, you know what I'm saying, by so-called church folk, so-called saved, you know what I'm saying, folk, that we just don't want to have nothing else to do with God. I mean, in her video, she was talking about a few of her experiences and how she was so excited about her walk with God, and she was walking strong, and a few experiences that broke her soul, that not only did she disconnect from the church, but she also disconnected from God. And that is such a dangerous thing, you know what I'm saying? Our lifeline is Him, you know what I'm saying? Our lifeline is our spirit, you know what I'm saying? And it needs to be plugged up, it needs to be connected. And the enemy just has a ball when we decide, when we get so disappointed in people that we end up turning our faces from God, you know what I'm saying? And that's it. That's what he wants to do anyway. He knows your purpose. He knows the power that you hold, even when we don't know the power that we hold. He knows. The enemy still knows. He knows what tempts you. He knows you better than you most of the time. You know what I'm saying? And what he does is he tries to hurt you or tries to manipulate others, you know what I'm saying, to hurting you, to where you just close up and you don't trust nobody. And especially you ain't even got no faith no more. You know what I'm saying? Bump God. I ain't trying to hear that. And a lot of folks, I have heard that so much. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You can talk to me about anything, but I ain't trying to hear about God. And most of it stems from this false sense of God that we have. You know, we look at people as being our example instead of looking at Him as our example. You feel what I'm saying? We need to have a relationship with God ourselves. You know, Jesus came so that we could have that. You know what I'm saying? But people have made it to where they judge and they put so much law into it until you scared. You scared to come. It's too hard. God is too hard. I might as well just, you know, do what I'm doing and enjoy my life. But you don't enjoy your life. To be real with it, you know, if you want to be real with it, everything that you do is miserable. You don't got no peace. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who to trust. You end up putting your love and your trust into somebody, and then they end up failing you. It's because you can't put nobody before God. Nothing, nobody, your work, your children, your mama, your sister, anybody. You know what I'm saying? God should be first. And we say that a lot. You know, you know what I'm saying? He come first before anything. But do we live it? Actions speak louder than words. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can say I love you, but you got to show me. You know what I'm saying? Don't just talk. We be bumping our jaws. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of nothing. It's all in our. God looks at our hearts. You know, I encourage all of you to read Deuteronomy 28. It speaks on the blessings and curses, and what we go through when we turn from God and when we don't do His will, and speaks of the blessings that we have when we are in His will, when we are in His protection. And so when we decide to do our own thing out there, I'ma, you know, be big and bad and do it by myself, we take ourselves out of those walls of protection. And even though He still got us, we have allowed ourselves to cross over. A lot of us come to church, you know, already sick, already broken. You know what I'm saying? And it should be like a hospital to where we can get well, we can be mended, we can have our physical therapy and be rehabilitated back to good health. But instead, you know, to be honest, a lot of churches is run like the county, y'all. Like a county hospital. A bunch of doctors and nurses that's still in school themselves, that's still getting misdiagnosed and given the wrong meds. You know, you don't go to a doctor for diabetes and you got cancer. You feel what I'm saying? You don't go to a doctor that specializes in mental health and you got heart disease. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's so important to ask God and know which ministry you need to be connected to, because each ministry caters to a specific spirit. You know what I'm saying? I can't go. Everybody knows. Y'all know that I've been in a lesbian, you know, in this lesbian lifestyle for a minute now, and you know, even with that, I go to church, and folks, when I would go with my ex-girlfriend, oh man, the looks, as if, how dare y'all walk up in church? Cause God is my daddy, cause that's my father, and I'm coming to get fed. You know, I'm sick, help. But instead, we get judgment and criticism, and for those who are already so broken, it hurts them so to where they just shut down. And if you a baby and don't know, you take that to heart, and it hurts even the more. You gotta know God for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We look to our pastors, but they still with this. So we put them on such a pedestal, and we forget it, and folks are not transparent enough to let you know, hey, I go through just like you do. I have to fight through doing what my flesh wants me to do every day. You know what I'm saying? I think that if more of our leaders would show that, then less folk would come in thinking, well, I have to be perfect. You know, and when they make a mistake, they feel condemned. So, and that's why it's so important to read the word. The Bible tells us that there's no condemnation. You don't have to feel condemned. All condemnation does is makes you hard. It makes you, you know, feel that, that you can never do right. That's why the old law was thrown out. It was too hard. And so I just encourage, you know, folks to and tell your story too. You know, I hope that somebody listens to this that may be dealing with that, and know not to allow somebody else's ignorance or somebody else's immaturity in the spirit to cause you to fall lower than what you've already fallen. You know what I'm saying? You keep going. That's their problem. You know what I'm saying? If they let them judge. Let them judge. You keep walking in there with your pants, with your addicted gay self. You know what I'm saying? You keep on. You keep coming to him and watch him transform you. And then be careful as well as how you put your mouth on even them. Be careful, because you gonna get through it too. You're gonna get strong one day. You're gonna be to the point where somebody else is gonna have to come in, and they're gonna be just as broken as you was. And now that you cleaned up, you need to help edify and build them up. And remember that you was once there. That's what a lot of people just forget. You know, they get cleaned up and they just forget that they were once where we are. And they needed somebody to love and hold them too. I had so many people tell me, you can't tell me how to, you know, how to love on him and that he ain't hearing me. I know God hears me. You know what I'm saying? I know that I got consequences to my actions, and that a lot of things and a lot of doors may seem closed, but that ain't because of God. That's because of my actions. That's because my hard-headed head. You know what I'm saying? So don't let the enemy, don't let him deceive you. Don't let him twist your thinking up to where you can't come to God. At first, you might not feel or hear anything, but the more and more you get to know him and know how he operates and know how he works and know how he speaks and knows his moods, you know what I'm saying? The more in love with him you will become, to where you want to spend more time, just like getting to know somebody. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that, and I just want to encourage everyone that has been hurt. I've been there. Understand your pain. I understand your resistance. But baby, without him, there is no life. It's just a road to a slow death, or maybe to a fast one, depending on how the enemy come at you. And I'm so serious about that. I just really encourage us to keep going in Christ. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Love you. Smooches.